Hello, this is Taylor with Fox Pool Management. So for today's video, what we're going to be discussing and demonstrating here is how to lower your pH in your pool. One method of this is to use tablet chlorine pucks, but that's not really usually the most effective method, especially when you're working with liquid chlorine pools. The typical most effective method is to use muriatic acid, as I have right here in this 1 gallon container. Now, it's a very simple application of how to get this into your pool. Firstly, you're going to bring it and come over to a skimmer. You're going to open the skimmer lid and pull out the basket just to make sure that you have suction in your pool. So we can check down here, make sure we have suction. I feel suction, so we know that the acid's not going to just sit there. It's going to get sucked through the skimmer. Okay. Now, how much acid do we add? Well, we already discussed that in the other video when we talked about the acid demand test. And what you're gonna do after you test for your acid demand is you take your drop count of how many drops it took to get from your high pH to your low pH. You're going to go to the booklet in the back of the Taylor book, and you're going to check how much drops by what's the gallonage of the pool, and that's going to give you about how much you need to get in. Now, you only really need to go through that rigorous process if you're trying to be exact with how much you're adding. So when you're starting out, maybe you can be a little bit more exact, or if you have like a health inspection, be more exact, or for whatever reason, if you need to be exact for another reason, go with that method. Get the exact amount that you need to add. Now, if you're just on your day-to-day checkup, you might not need as rigorous testing and to make sure you have the exact amount. Usually you can kind of just go for a really rough guesstimate. As a general rule of thumb, when you're working with pools that are approximately around the range of 50,000 gallons, so this could give or take, give or take 50 gallons. So this is going to be pools really ranging from like 10,000 to 100,000 gallons. Your rough adage, if you're at a pH of 8 and you're trying to get it down to like a 7.4 or 7.6, most of the time you're adding about 2 quarts to the pool. Now, if your pH is super high, that's going to mean that you want more. If it's just a normal 8, maybe it's a little bit less. If you're working with a pool with bigger gallonage, it's going to be obvious you're adding more. If you're working with smaller gallonage, you're adding less. So at this pool right here that I'm at, I did the test. It says I need about 2 quarts. This is a pool that is 37,000 gallons. So that's going to be roughly what I add most of the time. So you kind of just get a feel for it. Most of the time it's two quarts. Bigger pools, sometimes I add a bit more, maybe 3 quarts to a gallon. But realistically, you're not really ever going to need more than a gallon unless you messed up and something's wildly off. So let's just add this in real quick. Quick safety message: make sure that when you are handling chemicals, especially muriatic acid, this is a corrosive and dangerous chemical, so make sure that you do not get this in your eyes. I may suggest wearing some sort of safety protection when handling this if you're not comfortable with it. Additionally, if you get this on your hands, just rinse it off in the pool or somewhere else to get it off your hands. And if you do get in your eyes, make sure you flush your eyes out with water right away so that you can try to not go blind, right? So, very easy application. Unscrew the lid, take it, and just pour it straight into the skimmer. Maybe try not to have too much splashage when you're doing that. Okay. This gets sucked up into the system and then dispersed through the pool. It is as simple as that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.